Good morning, my friend. Ohayo gozaimasu. Guten Morgen. 你好，早安. So, this is officially the very first episode, actually. The last one was mainly to explain what the podcast is for and why I'm doing it. And this is actually the very first time. We'll go into serious topics now. Okay, so what are we going to talk about today? We will be talking today about how to become a good man. Yep, you heard it right. How to become a good man. And my channel name was found yesterday after I did the very first introduction audio. And it came out of the blue. My original idea was naming it Vitamin G, but I think it's a bit too narcissistic. So instead, I went for something that I didn't think about before. This is basically like the simple elevator pitch to anybody who wants to know what this channel is all about. It's about how to be a good man. And the step one to be a good man, as the title says, is to be a bad boy. Yeah, I know it sounds weird, right? So I'm literally teaching with this podcast my own son and all my close friends how to be a bad boy first before they can be a good man. And now, before you switch off and unsubscribe, I suggest you just listen all the way to the end. It's going to make sense to you very, very soon. Okay, here it goes. The reason we have to be a bad boy first before we become a good man is because this is the way how the nature selects us. If we want to be a 1% man, we need to be competitive. If you're a nice guy, and nice guy, there's a reason why people say nice guy finish last. And unfortunately, I was a nice guy until I was 18 years old. So there was a lot of suffering in the process. And I learned all my lessons the hard way. So I'm trying to teach the same lesson to anyone I care about, causing them the least possible harm, and give them the shortcut to life as a man. That's what this is all about. Now, what makes it a bad boy? The bad boy is the guy who does not conform to conventions. Everyone else says you have to do school first, then listen to whatever the society tells you to do, and then become a worker drawing, and then you are an obedient worker after finishing your university degree, get a job, and get a mortgage, grow old, and die. Basically, that's the nice guy, basically. But the nice guy gets trampled all over the place by everyone else in the world. First thing he gets trampled over is by all the women out there. No woman wants a nice guy. I promise you, no woman ever wants a nice guy, okay? Because every woman in the world is looking for the best possible genetic material for her own offspring. And the nice guy is simply too nice. He doesn't get anything done. He can't compete. He is not exciting. The bad boy, however, is unpredictable. He takes risk. He makes people feel excited when he enters the room. And most important is he's very, very adaptable. So the most famous bad boy I can think of right now is Elon Musk. Yeah, Elon Musk is literally the ultimate bad boy. Okay, he has like 10 kids from 4 different women, if I'm not wrong. He married a few times. Ultimately, he gave up on the concept of marriage. Basically, it does not work. If it does not work for the richest man in the world, I don't think it works for you either. Yeah. And he breaks conventions. When people tell him something cannot be done, he works out the best way to get something done according to the first principle of physics and logic. And he pushed his way through. Elon Musk is the ultimate bad boy. But because he was such a bad boy, in the history of mankind, he will be seen as a good man. I even believe that most people don't even see him as a bad boy, right? You certainly don't. And how many people actually know that when he bought his F1 McLaren, a collectible car for $1 million, when he sold his first company, he crashed the car shortly after taking delivery, and he never bought insurance for the car? That's a typical bad boy behavior. Driving recklessly in the car without training and doesn't even insure the car. So, the same thing he did with a lot of Tesla cars. First few models actually killed a lot of people. Doesn't matter. Still succeeded because in the big picture, it's all about what kind of risk you take and what kind of people you get on board to take the risk with you. So, if I want my own son to be a future Elon Musk, I cannot encourage him to follow the rules. But what I can do, encourage him to show him the rules that apply to other people. And I show him how to break those rules. So the same thing to you, my friend, who is listening. I suggest let's break some rules together. Okay? First rule you should break is you should finally subscribe to my podcast. Because without the subscription and YouTube algorithm getting a push, we can never reach critical mass. Then I will forever be here alone, talking to myself, walking on the beach in the morning, and nothing of value is added to the universe. So you can help me add value to mankind, as really to other men out there, by subscribing and switch on the notification bells. And I promise you every morning I will add about 10 minutes value to your life and make your life slightly better. Here comes the best part. The value add I want to give you today is to remember, if you want to achieve anything extraordinary in your life, you must not be a nice guy. Don't be a nice guy. If you are a nice guy, you will definitely finish last. Start with being a bad boy. If you are a nice guy right now, the first thing you have to do something bad. Yes, do something bad. As in, you never thought about breaking a rule, go find a rule to break. For example, if you're a driver, go drive a bit faster than usual today. See if you can break speed limit somewhere. Or break some conventions. Normally you don't say hello to people. How about break those rules? Say hello to random people in the elevator maybe, or at a coffee shop. Normally you go to a coffee shop, you don't talk to anyone. Big mistake. Be a bad boy today. Why don't you be a bad boy for a day and talk to someone randomly at a coffee shop? It doesn't need to be some super hot girl. Just start with a random person. It can be an old man who's with his newspaper in the hand and desperately looking for social interaction. Why don't you give him some attention for the day? 5 minutes. Hello, how are you? And do in the language of your choice. You'll see it works. It totally works. Be a bad boy for the day. Yeah. So I hope you can follow this instruction and be a slightly more of a bad boy today than you were yesterday. All right, I finished for today. Have a good day. Enjoy your day. Talk to you tomorrow. Goodbye, my friend.